Hello everybody, it's Lauren here.
And Coach Kyle.
And we are the coaches at Team Cosmic Bodies. And we haven't done a sit-down video in a while, so we're getting back to that. And we have a really, really great topic today. And that is how I grew my shoulders. Like, woo, look at that. Like this is my last low day. And wait, I don't even know if I can see it.
Well,
but I actually have cap shoulders now, which is I've never have had cap shoulders.
And lats and chest.
And lats, and I just have grown my upper body all of 2018. So just a little recap here, just to go over. After NPC Nationals at the end of 2017, I obviously I won my pro card, I won the overall, and I knew that if I ever wanted to step on that pro stage, I wanted to dominate, and I wanted to stand up against those pros, because those pros are big. They really are. They got nice upper bodies. They have nice lats and nice shoulders and capped shoulders. And my feedback was, you got to grow your upper body. So as a natural athlete, like I am, I knew that and Kyle told me, yo, we got to take all of 2018 off and dedicate it to growing your upper body. So that's what we did. We took all of 2018 off, and we just strictly focused on putting on muscle. And obviously I put on muscle in my legs and in my lower body too, but what has really, really improved is just the density everywhere. The taper, but in the upper body, and we grew these shoulders, and I am so
and I think it
happy.
was easy for her to take time off. We didn't really have to discuss it like we did in 2015.
Yeah.
In 2015, it was you need to take 2 years off. And
so now hit me hard. I was
it was kind of she set the standard in the beginning of her career. So now it was just kind of a little bit easier. She did 10 months of prep. We kind of lost some size throughout the dieting phase. So it's we had to regain that back. And then 2018, we knew we wanted to grow our business. We had some other goals set. She's about to finish her undergraduate degree, right? There's other things going on. Plus we knew you need to grow.
Yeah.
But I feel setting that standard early helped.
And I knew it was, I was so fine with it. I knew it was coming. I was just yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
Next time I step on that pro stage, I want to look, when I step on that pro stage finally, I want to look completely different. I want to bring something new, and that does not just happen taking 2 months off or 3 months off, half a year off. No, if you want to make some serious changes, you got to take some time off. So, and be eating in a surplus, and be putting on body fat too, and being okay with putting on some body fat.
A little bit.
Yeah,
don't go crazy.
Don't go crazy and gain 30 pounds plus, but yeah, I had to put on some body fat as well to be able to get the gains that I wanted as a natural athlete. So, what should we go over first?
I think people have been asking what she's doing now, and then what she did in the off season to grow. So we'll just start with the basics of I would say for the last couple years, we kind of primarily stay on a 4-day split where she's lifting 4 days a week. And that gives us 3 days of recovery. And to maximize recovery, I just feel that number really works well with us. Usually 2 days on, 1 day off, 2 days on, 2 days off. And it just allowed us to, especially in the off season, to go in there and pretty much progress week to week.
Oh my
whether
God.
You're adding reps, whether you're adding more weight or intensity. Maximizing recovery. If you go there 6 days a week, 7 days a week, and you're sore and you skip a day, it's just hard to stick to that plan. And it was just a plan. It really worked.
Yeah, I didn't skip training sessions. I didn't skip gym sessions because I'm always in the gym 4 times out of my week. So hell yeah, I got in my training session. And then each time when I got into the gym, I just felt incredible. I felt strong. I felt recovered. And I felt so ready to go in and do my work in there and then get out of the gym. So 4 days, only 4 days, and then...
Yeah, so some other basics before I get into more advanced variables, I would say is we really like to use a full body split We use upper lower splits as well, and we did in your contest prep in 2017, in your off season in
But I love
2018.
full bodies.
No, they both are really great. Those actually don't matter as much as people think, like whether you do upper lower, whether you do push pull, whether you do full body. I mean, it all is about how much work you're actually doing, and we find that with this higher frequency of training, right? We're not going in there and just hitting
Shoulders.
Well, I think later in the off season we did have a couple days where we just did a few shoulder days. I think we had a block where she lifted 5 days a week, and one of them was a shoulder day kind of thing. But that's an advanced tool now that she's an advanced athlete that we use, and she was eating a lot of calories. So there's reasons why. But for the main part, you know, compared to doing that bro split that you see a lot of really advanced athletes using, and it's working for them, such as like, I'm going in there, I'm hitting chest on Mondays. The next day I hit legs. The next day I hit back, whatever they're doing.
Just arm day.
Yeah, and that works well for some people who already really are advanced and they can handle that much volume. But for us, and just where we're at with our stages, I just feel like this really worked well with us for the upper lower split, full body. You're hitting muscle groups 2 to 3 times a week, and you're able to spread out your volume and your work. Instead of going there and hammering and doing 10 sets of 10 of squats,
You're just wearing yourself out.
you can spread that out throughout the week.
Like, I felt so strong in every movement that I was doing. It's not like I burnt myself out on a ton of lateral raises and then a ton of front raises and then whatever these are.
Upright rows.
And then get into my incline chest press.
Yeah.
Like, that would wear me out so much. And am I really even going hard anymore, or am I just half-assing my workout because I'm tired? So,
some people need that though. Like, I mean, if you talk to Mr. Olympia, they might need that like pre-exhaustion stuff that they're doing or whatever. But again, we're just doing best bang for our buck. And we feel that, having your main compound movements in the beginning of your lift, your squat, your big pressing movement, your big rowing, and then you put some of those isolation movements at the end of your workout. And again, she's gonna go in there and she might, as an example, right, we kind of have, I feel like we manage her fatigue better this way, is what I'm getting at. We can have higher frequency training and we can manage her fatigue better. But you have to be able to set it up right. Because yes, if you do full bodies every day and you don't set it up right, you will just crash into the ground. So you have to be able to manage your fatigue, whether you're just like having like main movement day, then you have accessory day, that type of stuff. Rest, main movement day, accessory day, that type of stuff is a really good way to manage your fatigue in a full body split. But again, it's about a preference. It's about what works for you. So let's move into the next thing, which was what movements did you utilize this off season more so than any other off season?
So this year, or in 2018, I incorporated the incline chest press. And I know a lot of people are like, oh my God, chest, like you're working your chest. And I'm working my chest, obviously. I
look straight at her boobs.
I don't understand why girls don't work their chest. I mean, if you look at Angelica, she has like this, see that right there? She has that. It's like, it gives you nice shape in your if you're doing like whatever, your poses here. So obviously, yes, I was working my chest, but I did it at an incline. So it's not like it was a flat bench and it wasn't like a super incline. It was just an incline bench, and what it really did was it worked the front of my shoulder too. So it was I was working my shoulders too. But for me, I have had shoulder injuries in the past, so I can't do military press. I can't be doing a ton of shoulder press and all, like it's not natural for me. It's not a natural movement for me. And the incline chest press is a very natural movement.
It's our secret weapon right there.
It's my secret weapon, and we have all of our clients do it as well, and they love it. But I started off just doing the barbell. So I was doing the barbell incline chest, and then I actually then moved over to the dumbbells because I felt like I want to make sure that I'm using each hand equally, because with the barbell I felt like one arm might dominate the other, and I want to have that proportion. I want to have that symmetry to my physique, and I want to make sure each hand is obviously strong. So then I moved over to the dumbbells, and I love the dumbbells. and I have progressed in that movement so much.
Maybe we could show some of her stuff from like the beginning and what weight she was using, and then now of what we're
all on my Instagrams,
of what she's doing now, because she's gotten so strong and efficient at this movement. So yeah, it's definitely been, I mean, again, look at Angelica compared to even like Janet or something, like it just adds more taper right here. And which it adds, it's like almost makes your lat look bigger, right? You have to do that side hip.
I got such a huge pump doing this movement.
It's a lot more anterior delt than people think, and even if you have breast augmentation, you could probably do like a small incline bench, like a low incline bench. So just look into it. We also did shoulder press and rear delts, of course, and lateral raises, but I think with the lateral raises, it's like we kind of started over from scratch with the lateral raises and even the split squats. But the lateral raises, you could see that she was doing it against the wall for a while till she got down the movement really well. And then you've also gotten really strong.
Yeah, it was, lateral raises are really difficult to me because I've had shoulder impingements in the past and I'm trying to feel it in my shoulder. So I was doing all this stuff. I was on the wall and now I finally got it down where I'm just, and I had to go back to the basics, like, having my hips in the right position, not sticking out my butt, and like actually targeting my shoulder.
Leading with your elbow.
Leading with my elbow, not having my arm too bent here, having it, out here.
What I wanted to bring up was high reps. So this is something we both have been doing a lot more of as we've, right? Because if you're a beginner, all of your workouts could look the same. Male, female, you can get away with a lot and still grow if you're a beginner, like a lot less than people think. Intermediates, you need a little bit more volume, you're getting more efficient, you've been lifting for years, but then as you get closer to advanced, you have to start getting really specific, you have to start pushing things in other directions, like more volume, you have to be smarter with your training so you don't spin your wheels, and part of that is eating. So right, she took time off, she's been eating a ton, so with that, I was giving her lateral raises of, one time a week doing it 8 to 10 reps, one time a week doing it 12 to 15 or 15 to 20 reps.
Yeah.
One time a week doing it 30 plus reps.
Yeah, we really pushed it.
So we did that with everything. Leg curls, GHR, Bulgarians, hip thrusts, lat pull downs. I mean, imagine doing lat pull downs for 15 to 20 reps. And, and then rear delt raises, again, Bulgarian split squats, hip thrust 15 to 20 reps. Bulgarian split squats at 10 to 15 reps. So we were really pushing the volume because she was eating a lot. She had body fat percentage a little bit higher. She could handle the recovery towards it. So that's why it goes hand in hand on how I periodize it. And what periodization means is like planned variation. And part of that is whether she's eating a lot of calories or not. And I can plan how much volume she can handle and how much she can recover from compared to in a prep or something like that. That's why it's hard for you to progress year after year if you're just prepping, you're spinning your wheels.
You're just not even recovering. You're just
spinning your wheels as an intermediate. Like you're not going to become advanced and you're not going to get the muscle growth and the tissue you want. So there's my little spew about that. That was a big change with her lat pull downs. She's doing 12 to 20 reps, 15 to 20 reps, like
what we did was with the rep scheme, like I would pick a weight and I would do it for 15 reps. And then each week I would try to add another rep in there. So I'd pick, like say I was doing 80 pounds. So I did 80 pounds for 15 reps. And then each week I would try to get another rep until at the end of my block, I was doing 20 reps with my 80 pounds. And it takes time. Like it's like, even if like every single week I could just get one more rep and I like finally did 16 reps. Like that's something. Yeah. So it's like that.
And
those little things.
And we did. Yeah, that's called double scheme progression. I think it's what's called. There's different ways to progress, right? And especially with the higher rep ranges, that's our higher rep range scheme we like to do. So yeah, hopefully that makes sense, guys. As far as like when you're eating more calories, you have more body fat on you. You can recover more. You can push the volume a lot higher and grow. And so that's what we did with the lat pull downs and the rear delts and the lateral raises. But I would say incline bench, and we were doing deadlifts at one point, those things were a little bit lower rep ranges. I would say from like 3 to 6 reps or 6 to 8 reps. Like so her main movements were still a little bit lower rep range, but all that isolation, secondary stuff, we cranked the volume up. And now I kind of want to show you a couple of videos of what she's been doing recently, and I feel like all of that is just revealing the gains because we brought her rep scheme down a little bit.
Yeah. He brought me back to maintenance, like with my training.
Well,
kind of like brought the volume down a little bit too.
Yes, exactly.
And then it's like everything kind of just like revealed itself in a weird way. Because I was going hard, pushing. Like I was raising that weight and everything, and then we kind of just calmed down a little bit. And then it's weird. It's like I finally it's like my shoulders popped out, and it's like I just feel like I'm seeing things, and then I just like got stronger all of a sudden too, and it's crazy to me.
Well, it's the fitness fatigue model. So look into the fitness fatigue model if you're interested. That's how I periodize things, right? So if you want to get into advanced things, there's the volume, there's your intensity, there's your fatigue, right? So it's like your fatigue and fitness. So that's all kind of related, and we were pumping the volume up. She was getting really fatigued at the end of her off season. Like we were just like cranking it up.
Yeah, I was so
all the volume. And then I kind of did this little bit of a maintenance phase or a little bit of an intensity block in the beginning, and the volume went down, and her true fitness and her true gains and her true hypertrophy from all that whole developmental stage or that whole hypertrophy volume blocks, many months of this, we're doing volume blocks. So it's kind of like a wave between fitness and fatigue. So her fatigue was really high and her fitness was kind of down. We brought her fatigue down, and then her fitness was kind of revealed, and we had a lower rep scheme recently, and that's why you see her cranking out RDLs with 75s and Bulgarians with 55s. It's just a little bit less
hip thrust with 315 for 12 reps. I mean,
and that was all because of what she did in the off season of cranking the volume out. Hopefully that made sense.
I hope so.
The fitness fatigue model, it's not just linear. Your progress is not like this.
No. Oh my God, no.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of like doing this wave between sometimes good weeks and sometimes bad weeks, but it is going up, and there's a trend there. So if I could write it on a piece of paper, that's how it'd look, and that's how I was periodizing her stuff. You know, many volume blocks, and then we do an intensity block, right? And it's just it's like this throughout, and this could be a whole year. It doesn't even have to be, a 4-week block, an 8-week block, right? So I don't know. I'm kind of geeked out by all the training stuff, but I will say, what do you think is the most important things? Is the key movements?
It's just like the main important things here is just don't be doing all this crazy stuff when you get into the gym. Like I see girls, sometimes I'm just like looking around, I'm like, what are you doing? Like, it's like they're doing all of this glute work, bands, and then they're like, hit glute kickbacks, and then like jump squats in between their squat movement, and they're doing all this HIIT cardio, and I'm just like, whoa, like. And I know some people like to do that type of stuff, but if you're trying to be a bodybuilder here and you're trying to grow, it's like you can't be doing all that crazy HIIT workout stuff in between your movements here, your main movements. I mean, that's just gonna fatigue and wear you out here when we're trying to get stronger. So I hate when I see that. I'm like, why are you like doing these jump squats and then you're gonna get into your squat? Like you're doing HIIT cardio in your off season.
Less energy,
So that's one thing that I'm like, oh, what is going on? So I would look at your training and see what you're doing, and it's just about, like we've been saying, picking movements that you love and that feel good on you, and that really feel good on you, and that you like to do, and get stronger in those movements. And
so I think
take time off.
The main things are: take time off, eat in a surplus, small surplus, don't gain a bunch of weight.
Train
but like,
smart.
Yeah. And so when you're eating a lot more, you can handle a little bit more higher reps, push the volume then. And so push the volume up when you're eating in a surplus, doing movements that you love and you can progress on and get stronger on, just like Lauren said, and either do more reps or get more weight up and just progressive overload over time. And yeah, get rid of a lot of the fluff and junk.
Yeah.
And
don't worry, you're working hard.
Yeah.
Like I was the same way too. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not doing enough. Am I doing enough? Like I should be doing like all the lateral raises and all the shoulder machines in my gym. I should be supersetting shoulder machines and being and having 5 days dedicated to my shoulders. Like,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, you gotta just stick to the basics.
And he had to get me out of that hole. He was like, "You're doing enough.
Yeah.
You're doing enough. This is all you need." Like
Yeah.
so.
Take time off, progress in some key movements, and yeah, look into the upper lower splits, the full body splits. Don't really.
Full bodies are awesome.
I like the upper lower the most, but I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
And then like get stronger. I don't know.
Yeah.
Get stronger.
Hey, if you guys need help with your training,
Patience.
reach out to us. We'll help you with your training. We'll get you set up. We'll help you make gains in your off season if that's what you're doing right now.
Yeah.
So yeah. Alrighty, everyone. Bye.